Good morning, Paulsikins and Hansikins. Welcome to the DeFi Crypto Online Show, the loudest megaphone in Pulse Chain land. Guys, I am Corey Geary. Welcome back. I have been on a well-needed break, touching some grass, as most of you guys should be doing at this time period inside this space. Man, and boy, has it been a rocky ride so far, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm here for it. I knew what I signed up for when I signed up for this. And how do I mitigate my risk? Well, I mitigate my risk. I go out in the real world and I make more money, right? And that's what I've been doing as far as focusing on touching more grass right now is I have been focusing on the business, growing the business, making sure that we have revenue coming in the door. So that way, one, we know we're good. Christmas is here. Shit, that's the biggest thing. Christmas ain't cheap, guys, especially when you got a family of Asians. my two daughters are not cheap, and my wife, right? So Christmas is here, so we've been really focusing on generating as much revenue as possible. And plus, man, to be honest with you guys, I want to do some DCAing again. I haven't DCA'd in like 2 months, and man, with these stupid low prices, man, it is frustrating that I haven't done any DCAing in a while. And so I'd like to get back to that because I believe that, it could go lower, sure, but I believe we're definitely near the bottom now. We're definitely near the bottom. This, Pulse Chain assets have made an all-time new low. And hey, I know a lot of you guys point your fingers at Richard, but it really, in my opinion, it's a lot more to do with the business ISM. It's a lot more to do with the economy. It's a lot more to do with that. We didn't even see even altcoin season this cycle. And Richard tried to pump his chain, but there was no altcoin season to support the pump. It got sold off immediately. As a business owner, I would have done the same thing. I'd held off on the liquidity until you're in an environment that supports the actual liquidity, the pump, right? We're just not there, right? Everything is freaking wrecked. I mean, go look at Aave, go look at everything, right? Like everything is wrecked. And Aave is probably one of the, the most, I would say, innovative tech that we've seen in crypto almost period so far. And it's got one of the worst price charts too. So it's everywhere minus Bitcoin. And my opinion is Bitcoin has topped, right? I think we'll go up and see it do a relief rally. I do believe we'll see, maybe 100K again here towards the end of the year. But I believe now the $124,000 was the Bitcoin top. And maybe I'm wrong about that, but like there's a lot of evidence as far as cycle theory that we are at a top as far as Bitcoin concerned. We didn't see an altcoin season this cycle. So maybe we kind of get that relief altcoin season towards the end of the cycle here as Bitcoin goes into its relief rally. That's what we're kind of hoping, which could line up with Fed getting rid of quantitative tightening, which they did here in the beginning of December. We saw that, and line up with hopefully quantitative easing, which is what you need, the environment you need for altcoin season to transpire. It's the environment you need for then Richard to go and do whatever he is going to do. He is not a dummy, and he's aware of what's going on in the economy and that no cryptos are sustained any kind of growth right now whatsoever, minus Bitcoin. And it's only Bitcoin because it's been an institutional only bull run. That's it. That's it. Plain and simple. Does it suck? Fuck yeah, it sucks, man. It's been sucking like crazy, right? And so like that's why, I've been kind of checked out. Probably some of you guys, I already seen the comment. Monster Mouse says he thought I capitulated. No, bro, I'm not capitulating shit, dude. Like I just try to make more money is all I'm trying to do. Make as much money as possible. For one, because of Christmas, it's not cheap. I had to buy everyone new iPhones. I had to buy iPads. I bought my watch the new iWatch. I bought my wife that. This Saturday we're going to go Christmas tree shopping. I like to buy the live fresh trees. I don't buy like the plastic ones that have no smell. And I like a real tree. So we go out, and in this house here we have vaulted ceilings. And so we go out and we get like a 10-footer, 11-footer, and we bring it in, man. And the thing's massive in our living room, and it's just a lot of fun to decorate the thing and then put like just a shit ton of presents underneath it. I even this year I bought this train, this electric train because my 4-year-old loves trains. She's hardcore about it. So I spent a few $100s on that, and that goes around the tree, and it's gonna be cool. So preparing for a absolute blowout Christmas over here. That's how we are touching grass over on my side. I hope you guys are doing the same. This is the time of year to spend time with family. This is the time of the year to spend time with loved ones, with your friends, and get out there and create meaning with your life. Disconnect from crypto. Like that's the number one thing you could do right now is disconnect from the space. If that means, for some of us not to stream, does that suck? Yeah, I get it. We're not streaming as much as we used to, but you got to go out there and get your mind in a healthy place. Work on your health, right? Go to the gym. It's one of the best things that's ever came out of this bear market for me is that like I've focused so much time and energy on my health, and I've wound back by my biological clock about 5 years. It's been awesome, right? And I've never felt better in my entire life. Where I used to wake up in the morning and have like brain fog and be like just dragging, and then it'd take me 4 cups of coffee to get going. I'm like, man, it's the exact opposite now. And so, like, working on your health is a true wealth right there. That's going to give you the long sustainability in your life to keep making money over and over and over again and keep participating in these volatile assets. Man, if you're not healthy, you're not going to have the mental sustainability to weather these freaking storms, man. And you probably are going to cheat, right? You probably are going to capitulate, or you are going to end up crying all over Twitter and woe is me. Oh my God, woe is me. I am the victim. Yeah, you're the victim, bro. Look yourself in the mirror and take responsibility of your own actions. Plain and fucking simple. Like everyone crying on Twitter gets no fucking sympathy from me. You're playing the victim card. Go read the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and you will see exactly what you're doing. Okay. And so you need to learn to take responsibility for your own actions. You need to learn to be able to grow up and go out there and create value in the real world. And, if you want to participate in this stuff, great. Understand what you're getting yourself involved, right? What you're getting yourself into, which I do, right? I did. I understand. I'm here for the volatility. Does it suck? Yeah, man, it fucking sucks, bro. Like, I get it, dude. Whatever, man. Whatever. But I'm here for it. Like, I don't care, man. I don't give a shit. I'm here either way. We're going through this, together, and I'm gonna keep my mental stability by working once again on my physical well-being, my spiritual well-being, my connection with God, and then my family, right, and making money in the real world, and that's how I touch grass. That's how I'm able to connect outside of this, and that's how I'm able to stay mentally sane through all this noise and crap that everybody is throwing up on Twitter about. And so that's what everyone should be doing. And man, it's Christmas, right? This is the time, man. This is the season. Christmas is my favorite. Well, it kind of my favorite holiday. It's like my favorite holiday. It is my favorite holiday, but I like Halloween almost as much because it's like the start of all the holiday season. And here in Arizona, that's when things cool down, is during Halloween time, and things just get a lot of fun. I love taking the kids trick-or-treating. So for me, that's probably my favorite holiday, with Christmas being a second best. So super excited with Christmas coming up. And it just give us all the capability of, once again, getting connected with our family, getting connected with purpose, and, stay disconnected from this stuff. You know what I mean? And if you got to push sell, then push sell, man. I mean, I get it, right? Like if you're hurting in life, don't hurt in life because of this. But if you push sell, move on to greater and better things. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. So, but I'm here, man. And I'll be. I'm gonna try doing some more streaming as we're moving along here. It's hard, with Christmas coming up, and just keeping me in a good mental place. But I do like coming on here, connecting with you guys. I know my tribe on here. You guys have always been a very like mentally sane bunch, and you guys don't cry all over Twitter and play the victim card. So I do like come on here and connecting with you guys. So, well, man, let's visit you guys. Actually, first, what's like always, we're gonna go and look at the secret chart. I know that's why you guys come. Not much to see there. Once again, we did put in new lows for all the assets, and it's just it's just where we're at, man. I mean, don't know what to tell you. Here it is. I do like on the line chart though. Once again, putting a new low against ETH. That's it. Where's this thing going to stop? I have no idea, guys. I wish I had an answer for you. When you really zoom out though, it looks like it's, trying to find a bottom. We'll see. We'll see if it does. You can see when you put, that's against the dollar. Hold on. If you put it on the candles, you can see, man, it went way down there. Look at that, man. 3603. That is the lowest I've ever seen. If you were in ETH and you bought this up, who knows? Maybe that was literally the legacy wealth buy. I don't know, right? I don't know. Or do we go lower? I don't know. I would like to see some market structure. We talk about this all the time on the show. You want to see structure coming out like this with a lower high, or higher low, whatever you want to call it. Good market structure. And that would tell you that the trend has shifted. But do we get that? I don't know. So the one cool part is I do follow an influencer who is very controversial in our ecosystem, but I like the guy. I like the guy a lot because he's been right about Pulse Chain since freaking the beginning of days, man. When he first came on the scene, he was very bearish Pulse Chain. He's been very bearish. I tended to fade him because I thought, man, quit fudding my bags, right? Like that's what I thought. But he's been bearish for years, and now his tune has shifted. He is saying 2026 is the year for Pulse Chain. Is he right? I don't know. He's been right thus far. He's been right this entire time. Is he going to be right about 2026? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm placing my bets with him. So I'm going to place my bets with him, and I'm going to ride with him. And because he's been right every point up to this point about what Pulse Chain has done, maybe he'll be right about 2026. So there are still some influences out there saying that Pulse Chain is going to do great things. I believe it's going to. I believe, even if Richard Hart has a very long-term plan, which I believe he does. Look, guys, if he wanted to fucking scam you, he would not be fighting the SEC with $30 million with Elon Musk attorneys. Get the fuck out of here, okay? The guy does give a shit about this space and about his community. Now, the way he does things, do I always agree with? No, and I don't have to, right? Because I could push sell too. If I really wanted out of the ecosystem, it's easy, man. It's freaking easy, right? But I do believe he's a long-term vision. I believe there's a plan to put in place. And I believe he's smarter than what most people give him credit for. And he knows that the environment right now with the Fed and the interest rates and freaking business ISM sucking my ass is just not in a place to support the pump. It's just that fucking simple. And people are capitulating right now. That's it. That's all it is. They're pissed off about the Prove X sacrifice. I get it. I think Richard did it intentionally. He did it intentionally, leaving the cores out of it because he wants everybody out. He wants everybody out. He wants the smallest market cap as possible now. He's figuring, well, if you can't pump it with all these people in, let's get them all out, and then maybe he'll pump it. I don't know. That's just my theory. Once again, I'm not the only one who's, bullish on 2026. Maybe we see some relief here towards Christmas. It'll be a nice little Christmas present for us all. I believe it can happen. That's when Pulse Chain usually does get a little bit of a pump or a little bit of a price action. I don't know if you guys have noticed, go back the last couple of years on the price chart, you can see that Pulse Chain has gotten its relief rallies usually around the Christmas time, right? Maybe that's when RH is feeling a little bit more generous. I don't know, right? This is all speculation. Once again, this is never financial advice, guys. I mean, shit, dude. I'm just a dude on the internet who speculates on what I do. I tell you what my thought processes are, what I'm doing with my money, and what I'm doing with my life. That's it, man. It's plain and simple. Some of you guys are my tribe. You'll follow along with me. We communicate off of YouTube, and we've made some great friends, right, along the way. And that's great. And if you guys don't resonate with this, you can push unsubscribe to the channel too. Unsubscribe and don't like. You can push a little, I don't know. Do we have like a dislike? I think we do. I think there's a dislike, but there used to be a dislike button for YouTube. I think they might got rid of it, but feel free to hit it if it's there. I don't give a shit, right? Because my tribe will resonate and follow me anyways. Doesn't matter. They'll find me and follow me through anyways, man. So that's what we're doing here, right? That's all it is. Never financial advice. Just what I'm doing. And the way I mitigate risk, we talk about this all the time on the show, is I can continue to provide value in the world and make more money. That's it. I make a lot more money in the real world than I have in crypto. That's plain and simple. I make a lot more money in the real world than I have in crypto. Okay. So there you have it. There's my thoughts. Let's visit the chat. Let's see how you guys are doing. Let's hope that secret chart over the weekend can, stabilize. If we can see some stability and find a floor, holy crap, that would be a lot of fun, right? Which would make sense and line up with what some of these other guys are talking about going into 2026. So would be very, very interesting indeed. What's going on, Monster Mound? Where you been, Corey? Thought you had cheated. Nah, not cheating, man. Just touching some grass, bro. And I'm gonna keep touching grass. Sentiment sucks. Shit sucks over in crypto land. I'm gonna live my life and be mentally sound, in my business, with my family, connecting with God, going to the gym, right? These are the things I love doing, right? Right now it's Christmas now. It's like last night we were watching Christmas movies. It was great. My favorite Christmas movie of all time is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It is like the staple Christmas movie we watch probably 20 times during this holiday season, like every single time, right? It's just what we watch because I grew up on that shit, man. It's this nostalgic for me to watch that, and it really brings in the feeling of Christmas for me and now for my family. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. I'm not cheating, man. Just holding my bags. I haven't DCA'd in the last couple months. I'd like to get some more DCAing, as we're kind of making these new lows. And if we can kind of get some price structure too on the chart, I'd like to see that W form on the weekly against ETH. That'd be a great place to throw a bullet into and kind of top up my bags. My thoughts, you don't got to follow along whatsoever. We're just going to see what happens. Or maybe I don't DCA and I just keep holding my bags. I don't know. I'm going to keep holding my bags though, man. That's just the way where I'm at, dude. I definitely think like we're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. That's for sure. Can it go lower? Yeah, but it can also start going up. And if you exit and you're trying to sit on the sidelines and try to catch it going back up, you might be able to catch it. But by the time you wait for great market structure and really to start to pump, and you're thinking this is not just some kind of relief rally, like you could miss a good 30, 40, 50, 80% of the move before you get back in. And I'm just not willing to make that risk here as we're so low to the bottom. I'm just going to hold. That's it. And once again, and I offset my risk by making more money in the real world. That's all. Simple, man. So simple. Does it suck? Yeah. Fucking sucks. But it's simple. Cash flow is king. Yes, sir. I agree. That's why I have our business. And we've been really like tripling, 5Xing down to get as much revenue the door as possible. We had a really rough year this year, and things are starting to shift now, which is good. Even our business sucked, man. And a lot of my other buddies who have businesses, their business has been sucking too because the business ISM has been sucking, right? The market conditions right now, even for entrepreneurs, is sucked ass. We've seen it everywhere. I've got buddies that went out of business and they had to go back and get like 9 to 5s. I mean, that's like the worst, right? There's your worst form of capitulation is giving up your business and going back to a 9 to 5. That's capitulation, in my opinion. That stings more than anything in life, right? As far as money's concerned, more than crypto is having to capitulate on your business. So, and a lot of my friends, a lot of my entrepreneur buddies this year had to, because this year has been rough. It has been rough across the board. And so a lot of guys have been hurting. A lot of guys, it's been sucking, right? And so once again, if you guys are hurting in that regard, make sure if you're ever thinking about ill thoughts, reach out. Reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, reach out to us, the people who you resonate with, of course. Reach out if you've been hurting and you're having ill thoughts, because there have been a couple of my buddies who've gotten there from business, not from crypto, from business, right? Because that is the worst form of capitulation when you have to lose your business. So it sucks. Duke of Booze, what up, man? Cheers, everyone. Cheers to you, my friend. Appreciate you always being around and being a staple in the community. You haven't missed. Yeah, man. I mean, I haven't been gone that long. Week and a half, 2 weeks. It's not that long, man. I streamed last week. It was like Monday or Tuesday I streamed. And yeah, I'm still here, man. And I'll still keep connecting with you guys. And I'll try to pick up the streams a little bit more again as we're moving through time here. But it's just Yeah, man, sentiment's been horrible. So I've just been touching some fucking grass, bro. That's what everyone should be doing at this time, in my opinion. They ain't focus on Christmas, man. Pruvex taking all the jelly beans out of the yeah. There's a lot of that going on right now. I agree 100%. Because people don't have any more liquidity because the business ISM has sucked my ass. Right. Once again, the money printer hasn't been on. People have not been getting raises. People have not been getting better positions in their workforce. People have not been creating new businesses. Businesses have been going out of business. Right. This has sucked for a lot of companies. And what happens is that's where the buck starts after the money printer gets turned on. And so, like, if the companies are not doing good, well, then the people working for the companies aren't going to do good. And those are the people. That's your retail, right? And so there's been no more jelly beans to go into the jar. So what do? They just move the jelly beans from one jar to the other. It's like, fuck, man. That makes no sense. So now it's in the Pruvex sack. Yeah, whatever. I put a little bit in, dude. I went through Buck and those guys. I like those guys. I didn't do a lot. I put a little bit. It's that way I have a seat at the table. And if it does great, fine. If it doesn't, screw it. I got my other assets too. I don't know. I'm there though. I'm there for it. I do believe he's got a plan with it. You know what I mean? He wants to try to use PruveX to get eyeballs on Pulse Chain, to kind of get a glimpse of glory back, to get some interviews back. And I think that's when you're going to start seeing RH streaming again, in my opinion. I could be wrong though. Been wrong multiple times, man. Oh, Valpier, what's up, man? I wonder who the Pruvex would improve. Yeah, perhaps, right? I think it could, just because it could bring attention to Pulse Chain. That's what it could do, all right? And if he could get attention to Pulse Chain and he could pump Pruvex, some of that liquidity would probably end up in these cores. So that, I think that's part of the idea. Once again, I could be totally wrong. Have a plan if I'm wrong. That's it. Just have a plan if you're wrong. I have a plan. I know how to make money in the real world. I have lost money in other investments before. Worse than this. Way worse than this. So have a plan. Understand. Justin French, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Love it. Good to see you, brother. D Nice, man. Grant Cardone said, don't be a little bitch. I'm buying more hex. Did Grant Cardone say that? I think Grant Cardone said that. I mean, D Nice said that. Could be the greatest Christmas gift you give yourself, man. If Hex goes on another massive run, right? The big if. I think it will. But could be the best Christmas gift you ever give yourself. So, yeah. I don't know if Grant Cardone said it. I think Grant Cardone's buying Bitcoin. Yeah. Which at his money, at his level, man, I know the guy, I've met him in person. At his level, Bitcoin is about the only thing out there, maybe Ethereum, that can handle his amount of liquidity that he wants to place bets with, right? If he came and placed a bet in Pulse Chain, it would absolutely moon the price. It would be wonderful, but that's something we just can't count on because of the amount of liquidity he likes to place bets with. That's all it is. It's also why he loves real estate. He's got some really big deals. So, the myth, the man, the legend. What up, Crypto 7? Another man that's still streaming almost every freaking day, man. I see you pumping out the good word. Thank you so much for everything you do and keeping the dream alive. We appreciate it. If you guys aren't subscribed to Crypto 7 Show, I don't know what you're doing. If you're here, if you believe and you understand the vision, man, go subscribe to 7 Show, man. It's awesome shit. So thank you so much, sir. We appreciate it. As always, Acid Thunder. Hey, Corey, what is going on, Acid Thunder? How you been? It is, man. Yeah, that's a movie. And it is. In fact, the church I go to right now, they're breaking down this movie into like spiritual concepts every single Sunday. So they'll play a small clip of the movie and they'll discuss the entire spiritual concept behind it. It's really cool. And I'm enjoying it. So, it's a very old movie, A Wonderful Life, but very good movie. Nonetheless, it's got a lot of good life lessons embedded all throughout the movie. So, but man, Christmas Vacation. Come on, Acid Thunder. Best Christmas movie ever made. I've watched it probably over 500 times, and I still laugh every single time. Man, it's just the classic I love. So what's Bad Santa Trading Places? Yeah. I think I saw Bad Santa when I was a kid. or maybe another teenager. I don't know if I've watched it anytime soon. Maybe we'll play it. Let's see if I can see if I can remember what it's all about. Tam Tam, what up, my lady? How are you doing? Hello, my lovelies. What's going on, Tam Tam? Guys, everybody should be following Tam Tam. She's always bringing the good word. Also, a pulse chain all over Twitter. So thank you so much for keeping it alive. I love you. Thank you. And hopefully I'll see you one of these days on one of your live. I think she does lives, Twitter spaces, and I could be wrong. I don't know if you're still doing them Tuesday nights at like 6 p.m. or something. You can put in the chat if I'm wrong. Valpier, what's going on? Hopefully, since the Pruvac stack is getting higher, we can have more people buy Pulse Chain. Well, what you probably do, yeah, we might have some people coming in and buying a little bit, but like what you have more is probably just the lesser amount of capitulation of people selling the cores to go and chase the new shiny thing. And this is always what it's about, right? It's always been that way. So you have less of that going on. And so now the cores maybe can find a bottom. That is like, for me, that'd be a great Christmas gift. Just finding a bottom, man. And just float sideways for a while. And maybe give me an opportunity. I would like to get a new bulletin. I would, man. I would. It's been a couple months for me personally. But I'm just holding. So extra pulse episodes, man. Hope everyone is getting ready for 2026. Massive comeback season. Yes, I believe we will get an altcoin season in 2026. We need the Bitcoin dominance to break down. Once again, we've been saying that shit all effing year. If it fails to break down, look, guys, I mean, I don't have to tell you, it could be like there's a chance that this entire cycle goes through without an altcoin season. Holy crap. I personally don't expect much to happen in the Pulse chain without an altcoin season. That's me personally, right? I'm holding because I believe an altcoin season is coming because you just don't have the environment to support the liquidity. Richard has said many times he's tried pumping the chain. I think he's done about $40 million. It's a lot of money to just throw in the wind and the chain's not supporting the pump. It's because of the environment we are in economically. That is strictly 100% why. We need a different environment. That's it. And if we don't get that environment, I don't know. The good news is quantitative tightening stopped December 1st. Quantitative easing usually transpires anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks thereafter. Money print is going to go on because he got Mr. Donald Trump with the biggest ego in has been any president, right? That he's not going to want to leave office with the economy in the shitter. Okay. Mr. Jerome Powell, his tenure is up in March. So he's gone. So it might be that we have to wait to March. I don't know. The next guy they put in is going to be somebody probably very Donald Trump friendly who's going to absolutely make money printer go burr. We need that. That's it. If you don't get it, the bets are kind of off the table. Okay. So that's what you need to keep your eye on. You guys got your eyes on the wrong thing. You got your eye on Richard. It's the wrong thing to have your eye on, in my opinion. It's great. Yeah, he's there. He's building. He's the business behind the chain. But man, if business sucks, business sucks. Next week, I'll go crypto shopping, $500 for Pulse Chain and Pulse 6. I love it, man. It's a good Christmas gift for yourself. I think you'll be well rewarded over the next year. I'll just say that. Be super conservative. Over the next year, you'll be well rewarded. Ultra Pulse X. Luckily, macro is lining well with upswings for crypto in 2026. It's looking that way. I agree. Although I do believe Bitcoin has topped. I do. Here's also the good part about that. Bitcoin topping. I was thinking about this the other day. We didn't really have like a parabolic price move straight up, parabolic to the upside, blow off type top. We didn't have any of that shit. It was a slow grind all the way to 124,000 or 126,000, whatever it was. Right? Maybe the volatility to the downside is going to be very dampened this time around. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you only see that at 20% from here, and then that's the Bitcoin bottom. Maybe a 30%. I don't know, right? Because we just didn't see that very high volatility to the upside. Maybe we don't get the high volatility to the downside either. before Bitcoin finds a bottom, runs sideways for a while, and then continues on the next cycle. Maybe something to take in consideration. No thoughts, man. Indifferent about it. Apparently the market thought it to be kind of bearish because a lot of people dumped afterwards, but maybe that was also his intention. I mean, dude, look, he's always been on the edge. He's always been the one to like talk shit. Like people get so surprised that Richard will talk shit and say something very controversial or the opposite of what they were thinking. And he's been doing that since day one. Like it's old Richard Hart. I don't understand it. He's always been that way. Go watch his old streams, right? I got no thoughts on it, man. No, I'm just indifferent about it. I want to see him live stream. Obviously, it looks like he still wants his location very undisclosed. You can tell from the video, which that leads me to believe that maybe he is not going to live stream quite yet because live streaming, obviously, it's a lot easier to track someone down where they're located. So I did kind of gather that out of it. But as far as like what I think about his video, according to ProveX, or what his thoughts on Pulse Chain is, I mean, once again, he kind of, blamed the community a little bit about the chart. Like it's just the same old Richard Hart stuff. Like that's it. And I think he's doing a lot of it. He wants people gone. Like he does not want to move this chain being this heavy. I hope, we're in the bottom, like the market cap of this entire ecosystem is incredibly low now and easier to pump than it's ever been with the lower liquidity environment. And so we just need a high liquidity environment in the economy. That's the key, guys. You got your eyes on the wrong ball. You got all your eyes on Richard. Sure, it's fun to watch him for entertainment. That's my opinion. He's a good showman, good salesman, but man, your eye and the ball should be on the economy, the business ISM. What the fuck is Jerome Powell doing? Okay. You want to MS somebody all over Twitter. That's who you should be MFing. It's plain and simple, right? You can't support a higher price chart in Pulse Chain, this period, with this economic environment. You cannot. It's plain and Richard's tried. He spent $40 million just throwing it to the wind, and then they got sold off. He's like, well, fuck, that didn't work. Well, how about this? How about we just clear out the entire chain, make it the tiniest market cap I possibly can make it, thin out the liquidity to near nothing, and then when the economic landscape changes, then it will cost me next to nothing to pump the living fuck out of this. There. Good business decision. It is. That's my thoughts. It really is, man. The more I think about it, you got to remove yourself from the emotions, man. Got to take a step back, put the fucking emotion aside, I'm down 90% of my money, man. I'm down too. Fuck, I'm down. I get it, right? Put the emotion aside. I'm like, what is happening here? Well, man, there's a greater forces at work. The fucking economy. Promise you. How do I know? Because of businesses and because of my friends. You want to talk about capitulation, lose a business and go back to a 9-to-5. It's the worst thing that can happen to an entrepreneur. The worst. Pocalypse 1590. I'm tired of people complaining. Build your position and shut the fuck up. Let's go. Or sell. That's fine, man. Selling's fine. Say it all the time on the show. Sell. Go find better things. There's nothing wrong with that. Understand why you took your losses. Take a step back. Don't play the victim card. Analyze the situation. Now you never go and lose that money ever again in the same way. But move on to greater things. Don't sit around here and play woe is me and play the victim. CoinHob 5148. No bad Santa with the kids. Okay. I got a 4-year-old and a 15-year-old. So probably neither one of them would want to watch Bad Santa. Yep, for sure. Bitcoin probably has a max 2x run from 125. I don't believe it, bro. Not this cycle. I believe it topped. I believe in the 4-year cycle, and the 4-year cycle is over. And I think we'll get a relief rally to 107-ish, and that's when we'll see altcoin season. So I could be wrong, but I don't believe this time is different in that regard with Bitcoin. I believe we'll bottom somewhere in towards the middle or end of 2026. And yes, the 4-year cycle. I don't ever bet against the 4-year cycle with Bitcoin. But altcoin seasons, they seem to vary all over the place. They'll happen sometimes in the middle of a Bitcoin bull run. They happen after a Bitcoin bull run. You can see this all throughout the cycles. So it's very possible, very feasible, and even more likely we get an altcoin season because we haven't seen it yet, and because the economic environment will support it coming up in Q1 of 2026. Bitcoin, on the other hand, it's too fucking heavy. Institutions are selling. It's going to have a relief bounce. I think it's going to go back down, man. 107-ish, and then it's going to it's bear market for Bitcoin in 2026, my opinion. Not financial advice, man. Maybe I'm wrong. Bitcoin fucking moons. Don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your request to God and peace of God. I love that. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, CoinHub 5148. I love that. Joseph French, TradFi talking smart contracts for stocks. Our time is coming. They want to confirm it during this admin. Yeah, that would happen sometime in 26. Could also help. That also could help some altcoin season going on. They're not going to put TradFi on fucking Bitcoin, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Man, it takes an hour to send a coin. CoinHub, which transcends all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to skip this guy. Mr. Fast Abdul is here for the tech. I'm here for the gains. Even if I got to wait for those freaking gains, at least, man, you get to be here for the tech. That's fun because there's new tech launching all the time. There's not gains happening every time. Maybe Fast Abdul's on to something here. I'm here still for the gains. F it. Christopher Freeman, aloha. How's it, Ripper Corner? I'm good, man. Just hanging in there. It's Friday. I'm super pumped. I'm excited for the weekend. We're going to get our Christmas tree, natural Christmas tree, real Christmas tree. I like the whole house to smell like freaking the forest. Who should you be watching is Fast Abdul. Yeah, Fast Abdul, man. Well, you're everywhere, dude. You can't help but not watch Fast Abdul. If you're tuned into this community whatsoever. 4-year cycle isn't really a thing that made the crypto markets move. QE was a thing that made cryptos move. I agree. The last 3 cycles, QE just happened. It was perfect timing with the 4-year cycle. Yes, but also I think institutions controlled the 4-year cycle this time around with Bitcoin. And so even though we could have a good liquidity environment for altcoin season next year, I don't think Bitcoin's going to shine and make a new high. I just don't. I think institutions are going to dump it. So institutions were the main driver for Bitcoin this time around. And I think it will stay true to the 4-year cycle. I just think altcoin seasons will adjust because that's where when retail comes in and gambles, that's what they gamble on. They don't even gamble on Bitcoin anymore. It's a new game. There's a new game in town. It's institutional money. And BlackRock is known to fucking sell. So, but you're right. It's based around the global liquidity index. It's based around business ISM and all that. And now Bitcoin has been artificially pumped this entire year from institutions. Man, I'm telling you, what goes up always comes down. What goes down goes back up. Well, every summer is a winter. Every winter is a summer. And so even though the environment might shift, it will be very interesting what 2026 brings. Very interesting. But definitely keep it on the table that we can see a bear market, the entirety of it. Just keep it on the table, man. I mean, that's, as an investor, you want to look at all scenarios, right? For me, how do I hedge my risk? I go fucking make more money in the real world. I make more money. If book killing time, that would mean ETH top as well, probably. Do you go back and look at cycles where ETH top? Yeah, ETH could run with the money printer. I think retail will buy ETH over Bitcoin. This is an opinion. Could be totally wrong, but ETH, you can go back and look at previous cycles. There has been times that ETH topped out months after Bitcoin topped. Larry Fink doesn't care about the 4-year cycles. Crypto Geek, yeah, he also will sell on our head too, man. He's interested in QE, but he will also sell the fuck on our heads. He does it already. These guys trade the markets just like we do. You're right, the BC might have top, but there's still a chance for a new time high. Maybe, man, if it's artificially done by Larry Fink, and then he's gonna dump on everyone's head. They're the worst. BlackRock is the worst. I think people will buy the top for BTC. They will for sure. That I just believe, man. I believe that we're going to see a very good environment for altcoin season to take place. You know, going into Q1, we've seen it before. We've seen it in cycles where Bitcoin tops, Ethereum tops out a month or two later, and altcoin season is thereafter. We've seen it. We didn't have an altcoin season at all in this Bitcoin bull run whatsoever. So in that regard, this time has been different. And so maybe this time is different. And we see the altcoin season come at the beginning of the Bitcoin bear market. Bitcoin bottoms out somewhere in the middle of or end of Q or 2026. You know, once again, maybe the volatility is dampened because we didn't have like that massive parabolic move up, straight up. And yeah, it's just something to take in consideration now. Now, I could be totally wrong. Maybe Bitcoin goes up and makes new all-time high. You know, Richard Hart called for a 240,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, obviously didn't happen. We are 50% below that. So check out new Tom Lee's new presentation at the Bitcoin conference to buy. It is excellent. Yeah, that guy's just trying to get everyone to buy his bags. I think retail has been bitch slapped for like 5 years straight and are rightly dubious about getting the crypto. Going to take something big to shift it. I agree with that. Yeah, and it could take all the way into Q1 of next year, maybe even Q2. Once then, pulse chain will have its day. The environment will have shifted, right? And like I said, the one influencer that I like to follow, he's a very controversial guy, so I don't really like. I mean, I want to ask him if he minds if I talk about him on my show. I want to do that first. But man, he's been bearish on pulse chain the entire time pulse chains existed, and now he's bullish. That's something to take in consideration. You've been right the entire time. Maybe you'll be right about 2026. I bet he is. I bet he is. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here on that note. It's 32 of you watching on YouTube. Smash the like, hit the subscribe. I don't flood the inbox with a bunch of videos. You guys know that shit. If you're over on Twitter, give me a retweet. Like this shit, right? Come over and subscribe to the show. I would love it. I'll start doing more streams again. You guys have a freaking Merry Christmas holiday season, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Connect with family, guys. Get the F off of Twitter. Get the F out of crypto. And connect with what's important with your life, right? It's your family. It's your spirituality. It's your health, right? Learn to create value in the world, make more money, right? That's really the best way to be risk adverse, is that you're able to make money. I tell you the story, guys. On my third real estate deal, I lost $250,000. Yeah, you heard that fucking right. I lost my 401k money at the casino. I was a casino dealer for 13 years. I lost my previous flip money that I had been saving. I lost my life savings all on one deal. Got took into the cleaners by a group of contractors. Absolutely a nightmare. But I kept pushing forward. I made all that money back. And like multiple times over, multiple times over, right? The way I stayed risk adverse is I kept making more money in the real world. And I analyzed what I did wrong and made sure I never made that mistake again. Always do the same in everything you do in your life. There's no such thing as losses. There's only such things as learning experiences. Unless you're playing the fucking victim card all over Twitter, woe is fucking me. Get the fuck out of here and grow up and be a man. That's it. Serious. Or a woman. So, guys, there's my rant. Shit. That's enough ranting for today. Merry fucking holidays. I'll see you next week for sure. Have a good weekend. Spend time with family. Stay blessed. Love all you guys.